Since its liberation from the Pakistani colonial exploitation, Bangladesh has done an outstanding economic advancement over the last 5 decades, emerging from its inherited poverty of a war-hit economy to be proclaimed by the World Bank as a model for poverty reduction. But despite such recognition, a problem has been looming on the horizon since the mid-80s in Bangladesh, and it is called unemployment. One of the reasons behind the high youth unemployment rates in Bangladesh is the inefficiency of the education system. The only focus being on good grades instead of career-oriented skills development, it is failing to create a competent and skilled workforce. A recent report by the World Bank identified the skills gap between the supply and demand of industries as the prime reason for the high rates of youth unemployment in Bangladesh. The lack of employment opportunities is another important reason. Compared to the supply of fresh graduates every year, the growth of the job market is small. That being said, inadequate investments in both the public and private sectors can be identified as important reasons for unemployment. In recent years, investment into the private sector has been stagnant at around 22 to 23% of GDP. As a result, the opportunity of new job creation is curtailed by the sluggish growth in private investment. While the COVID-19 affected the economy greatly, according to a World Bank report, 1 out of every 3 graduates in Bangladesh were unemployed even before the pandemic. According to the International Labour Organization, the youth unemployment rate in Bangladesh currently stands at 10.6%, which is more than twice the overall national unemployment rate of 4.2%. This is a grave issue for a country of over 45 million youth. As per another report of ILO, around 3.6 million Bangladeshis are expected to remain unemployed by the end of 2022. This number surpasses the pre-pandemic state by 500,000. This prediction certainly calls for a paradigm shift in our mindset. To make things worse, actual unemployment rates are likely to be much higher than what we see in data, for the ILO method is bound to underestimate the original state of unemployment. What can be done to alter this? A radical change is needed in the education system for preparing the future workforce in accordance with the job market. Along with academic learning, it is crucial to give more emphasis on cognitive development and obtaining soft skills including adaptability, problem solving, communications, etc. And that's where, with the goodness of education and entrepreneurship, Edupreneurship comes in. Among all the inherent human qualities, the thirst for learning is one of the most dominant ones. We live in a knowledge-hungry, data-sharing world, which will make you suffer from the fear of missing out if you are not relevant and aware of what is going on. So we are more eager than ever to know why, what, when, where, and how things are done. We are only placing our trust in the entities that provide us with the answers to our questions. Speaking of learning, we are in the middle of a learning revolution which is having a dramatic ripple effect on business people, experts and entrepreneurs. For instance, how they build an audience and sell their products and services. The online learning industry is disrupting and is already a multi-billion-dollar industry. And according to research by Global Industry Analytics, the online learning industry is set to be valued at $325 billion by 2025. When it comes to Bangladesh, the education system, especially mid-pandemic, has been suffering from many shortfalls. With that in mind, many entrepreneurs invested in e-learning platforms and the existing ones strengthened themselves, providing a student-centered learning environment which can be tailored to meet the learning needs of individual students digitally. The best part was that it was supporting economic reuse of high-quality multimedia resources and encouraging students to take responsibility for self-learning. Economically speaking, setting your own online course is a fine way to set yourself to earn a passive income, a rewarding practice where you can have money deposited in your bank account without giving physical effort to enable the transaction once your content is on the go. So we can say that educational entrepreneurship or edupreneurship can be one of the best solutions for the educated, unemployed youngsters in Bangladesh.